Monsieur le Président, bonjour. Bonjour à tous. I thought you came here to celebrate, but I see that we are still sleeping. What's going on? Huh? Let's shout together, Africa, viva! Viva Africa, viva! Africa, oh yeah! Oh yeah! Voilà, au moins ça nous réveille. So, Honorable Chief Fortune Sharumbira, President of the Pan-African Parliament, Deputy President of the Pan-African Parliament, Honorable members of the Bureau of the Pan-African Parliament, Honorable parliamentarians, distinguished guests, dear colleague ambassadors, ladies and gentlemen. Africa is in us. You ask me why, what are we doing here? But today is 25th of May, is a special day. The day that in 1963, 32 newly independent countries, so far they were all divided under different blocks, in different blocks, called Casablanca bloc, as you know, and the Moronvia bloc. Two blocks were fighting each other. But that day, they all decided that time has come to come together and to build the foundation of a future united Africa. The OAU was then born, not really as a perfect solution to African unity and problems, but as a necessary compromise between two antagonistic political blocs. Today is the occasion for Africans to remember important names in African history, names that our youth and future generation should not forget. One of the most famous names, I think you will hear those names many times today, one of them is Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana, that the next speaker, PLO, Lumumba, describes as the most passionate warrior of Pan-Africanism. So let's all say to Nkrumah, long live the spirit of Kwame Nkrumah. Another one is Kenneth Kaunda of Zambia, who left us recently in June 2021. Long live the spirit of Kenneth Kaunda.
Long live the spirit of Kenneth Kaunda.
I called him the last of the passionates. Another one is Mwalimu Julius Nyerere of Tanzania. Long live spirit of Mwalimu Nyerere. Father of the Ujamaa philosophy. Ahmed Sékou Touré of Guinea. Long live the spirit of Sékou Touré. The brave man who looked straight in the eyes of General de Gaulle of France and told him the following: the notion of a continuing French community proposed to us will maintain our status of indignity and our status of subordination. We prefer poverty in liberty to riches in slavery. Let me also mention Patrice Lumumba. Long live spirit of Patrice Lumumba. of DRC, who said and reminded each of us, Africans, that Africa is neither British, nor American, nor Russian. It is ours, it is African. Other African leaders that no African should forget are Gamal Abdel Nasser of Egypt. Long live the spirit of Gamal Abdel Nasser, who put the Suez Canal under control of Egyptian control. Ahmed Ben Bella of Algeria. Long live the spirit of Ahmed Ben Bella, who defeated the French. Habib Bourguiba of Tunisia. Long live his spirit. And Jomo Kenyatta, the leader of the Mau Mau uprising. Long live his spirit. I would like to pay tribute to all of them. I would like us to pay tribute to all of them, including those I have not yet mentioned, such as Sylvanus Olympio of Togo, assassinated after his decision to abolish the colonial franc CFA. Amilcar Cabral of Guinea-Bissau and Cape Verde. Barthélemy Boganda of the Central African Republic, who died in a plane crash after he proclaimed the Republic. And others, of course, important names, heroes, such as Samora Machel of Mozambique. Long live the spirit of Samora Machel. Thomas Sankara of Burkina Faso, long live his spirit. Agostino Neto of Angola. Jerry Rawlings of Ghana. Of course, Nelson Mandela, the one I call the best gift. Long live his spirit. I call him the best gift of Africa to the world. And the very last one I will always continue mentioning, we are lucky that we still have him, Sam Nujoma of Namibia. Long live his spirit. Viva Sam Nujoma. Viva Sam Nujoma. I mentioned this incomplete but long list of heroes to show that African struggle against colonialism has a vibrant and dynamic history. Yes, Africa has suffered from colonialism, but also we should be proud that its sons and daughters fought tirelessly for the freedom we are enjoying today. From Nigeria to the two Congos, from Lusaka to Dar es Salaam to Cairo and Algiers, the continent stood up to say no to colonization, no to apartheid, the last colonial regime in Africa. This unity against domination was a special expression of commitment to Pan-Africanism and to African solidarity. Nelson Mandela, who left South Africa in 1962 with an Ethiopian passport to go to Algiers under the name David Motsamai. The hospitality offered to exile MK combatants in the frontline states are the tangible evidence that African solidarity was not a fiction. It was real and proved to be efficient and one of the best achievements of the Organization of African Unity. Despite positive achievements in the 60s and 70s, the way to unity and to economic development remains paved with challenges. Some parts of the continent are still under non-African domination. Ceuta and Melilla, occupied by Spain, Mayotte, occupied by France, one of the islands of the Comoros, the Epars Island between Madagascar and Mozambique, and the Chagos archipelago in Mauritius, occupied by the United Kingdom. Besides that, new challenges such as anti-African conflicts, as we see today in some of our African countries. The worst one is now in Sudan. Terrorism, migration, food insecurity, malgovernance, and others remain recurrent and are jeopardizing the effort of our states to achieve African unity and development. In some part of the continent, coup d'etats are back, and Agenda 2063 of the Africa we want is still a myth. However, everything is not so dark on the continent. In 60 years, the one-party states, those who were born like me in the long ago, the one-party states have disappeared and given room to vocal opposition today, as I can even see it here. African civil society and youth are vibrant. Rule of law is slowly but surely becoming reality. And examples of democratic elections are numerous on the continent. So we should commend all those countries where this is happening. One of the last one was Nigeria. We are expecting also democratic elections soon in Zimbabwe and many other countries. So the Africa Continental Free Trade Area is a very, very good initiative, and it brings us closer to the dream of our founding fathers, dream of a united Africa. It offers a unique opportunity to Africans to improve road, rail, river, maritime connections between the different regions of the continent, and opportunity to increase intra-Africa trade. The Continental Free Trade Area should become, Mr. President, it should become the African version of the Chinese Road and Belt Initiative, and let's hope that one day we will be able to drive from Durban to Dakar and from Cape Town to Cairo. Let me just, before I conclude, give you, tell you a story I watched on TV recently of that was then when Singapore celebrated its 50th anniversary. And then they were interviewing people on the street, and they interviewed one guy, what he thinks about Singapore today and what has been achieved. And he told the journalist, just look around you. Me, if I look just around me, I say, I'm proud of what we Singaporeans have achieved in this country. I'm achieved of what my forefathers has done for me to be in this beautiful country. I hope that one day, maybe in our lifetime, our children will look around them and say how proud they are of what our generation has done for our respective countries. That's the message I wanted to deliver to you. Solidarity with you on behalf of the African Diplomatic Corps in South Africa. Thank you.